Alright, ladies and gents, welcome back to the JRL NASCAR series here tonight for the penultimate round at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Here for what should be quite short, hopefully, from the last Indianapolis race we've hosted. 75 laps in total tonight for the round that sets up for the championship finale at Homestead in 7 days' time. We will get rolling here in just a few minutes. While we do this, actually we have started stream a bit earlier than we normally do, and that is to go over the point situation and championship possibilities or outcomes, however you want to make that. So going into tonight's driver standings, it is RZX U5A MVP, not only your championship leader going into tonight's race, but he is the pole sitter here in Indianapolis. He has had so many poles, but those poles have been taken away from him, trying to convert them into race wins. Looking to try to hopefully get it done tonight, and he'll have a bit of a cruise control race next week at Homestead. Going second into tonight is RZX Nix, only 8 points, I believe. 8 points? Yes, 8 points behind MVP, who is runner-up as of now, going to Indianapolis tonight. Kart Racer with 2 wins on the season with 241 points, only 11 points behind MVP. And I should mention MVP does have 1 win earlier this season at Sonoma. And it was Kart Racer who took the win last time we were here in Indianapolis. He will be lining up on the grid, I believe, in the 3rd place spot. Following Kart Racer in the points, it's RZX Ultra, who led the points for oh so long up until the Homestead rain race that was just a handful of weeks ago, and then it all just kind of went downhill, but got a top 5 last week at the Daytona road course, so he is still not out of it just yet. However, it is going to be tough because he is only in tonight with only 234 points. Which means he is 16 points behind to be exact. And rounding out the top 5 in the standings is SSR Mayhem with 224. That would be 26 off of MVP. So guys like Mayhem and Ultra, it's probably going to have to be a must win if they're able to get the best result possible. That will set them up for Homestead. So they are the 2 to watch tonight that are going to be aggressive, making their way up towards the front. But guys like MVP, Nix, and Kart Racer, who are top 3 in the points, are going to try to play it safe and be very smart when it comes down to business. And further on back is King Cameron in 6th place, RZX Cam in 7th, Fan 2403 8th, Rewar 477 is 9th, and Ferdo FM rounds out the top 10. So, just to get you guys updated on how last race went, it was all the MVP and Vanquish show as they led 1 and 2 the entire way. Vanquish ended up getting the win, making him the winningest driver this season with 3 wins, more than any other driver this season. MVP finished runner-up to Vanquish, Ferdo FM 3rd, SSR Mayhem it was 4th, and RZX Ultra was 5th. That was your top 5 last week at Daytona. And then Kart Racer, RZX Jaguar, RZX Cam, Rewar, and King Cameron rounded out the top 10 at the road course. So Without further ado, let's go through our starting lineup for tonight's race. Kind of a short field here tonight. We kind of expected that because the season is dying down. People tend to kind of run away from the series because they're not part of any sort of points battle at this point, or they're just tired of racing NASCARs at this point. So, let's go through our starting grid for tonight's race here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. On the front row, once again, is the championship leader going into tonight, looking to hopefully convert it into a win. It's MVP. Alongside of him on the front row, it is kart racer. Oh, excuse me, my fault. It is not kart racer. It is actually Vanquish, last week's race winner at Daytona. Kart racer will line up inside row number 2. And to his outside will be RZX Nix. So the top 3 in the points are located inside the top 5 here in the start of this race. Along with the third row will be RZX Ultra, rounding out the top 5. Someone in front will be to his outside. That will end the third row. Fourth row is going to be RZX Cam and King Cameron, the 2 cams. 9th and 10th is going to be SSR Mayhem and Stonks. And further down the order we have Void Moon. Yes, Void Moon following Mr. Shorty. And rounding out the field will be Reward 477. So there you have it. So we are all set here, just waiting on a few more drivers to reach back in the Xbox party, and we will get the show on the road. Just 3 more minutes, and then we'll turn them loose for 75 laps. Alright, we are set, ladies and gents, for the penultimate round of the JRL NASCAR series here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 13 drivers make up the field. Not normally what we're used to seeing, but it is exceptional. Season is kind of dying down now because we are in the 9th out of the 10 rounds hosted. So, it's understandable. People get a little frustrated and then they decide to call it quits on the series. But, it's no problem. Right, so we will go through your starting grid for one last time. RZX U5A MVP, the championship point leader, in by 8 points over RZX Nix tonight, who's starting on pole. Vanquish FRC, last week's race winner at Daytona Road Course, starting outside. Kart Racer and RZX Nix, the two other championship contenders trying to chase down MVP here tonight, will start 3rd and 4th. Next row will be RZX Ultra, and I believe that is someone in front. Yep, that will make up the 3rd row. RZX Cam and King Cameron will make up the 4th row. 5th row will be SSR Mayhem and I'm not sure. Void Moon, I think so. Void Moon. And of course, the rest of the starting grid is at the top of your screen. Here we go. Very important race tonight. Of course, we will let those watching get updated on the points, those that have forgotten. Here we go. Going at the restart zone just off of turn number 4. Here we go, 13 drivers for the penultimate round here at Indianapolis. It's MVP, Kart Racer Nix fighting it out here in Indianapolis, getting ready for Homestead next week. We are green in Indianapolis. They dive down into turn number 1. Vanquish gets left out to the outside. Kart Racer is able to get to the inside early on. That's what, you know, is not good about starting on the front row to the outside. You know, you immediately get shuffled back to the guys that did start on the inside. But Vanquish is able to stay in front of Kart Racer, and now we see it looks like Nix might have a run. No, I think Nix was trying to get out of that bubble draft there. So 15 green flag laps. We will not be throwing a yellow for no circumstances whatsoever to keep the race flowing. So we can see MVP starting to put a pretty comfortable cushion on Kart and Vanquish, as he will lead lap number 1, and Kart Racer is able to get to the inside coming off of turn number 4. He'll back out of it, so we go into 1 and 2 now. Now we see Nix get to that quarter panel of Kart Racer, as Kart Racer, I think he made a mistake going into 1, or it was just him backing off, and now Nix wants more. He wants 2nd place, but how long is he going to stay to that inside? Yeah, I didn't think he was going to stay to the inside long, because that outside lane does move and groove when there's cars there. It's the all about the aero draft here in Indianapolis, and the draft is a big key, not just in NASCAR, but here at this track in particular. And MVP is miles ahead so far. A few cars off the pace, and it looks like we got 1 car in the wall. Just looking at the mini map back there. Oh my gosh, we'll have a look. Oh, and they are still spinning its front, and sounds like a 4. I think it's Rewar. Is it Chevy? Nope, it's Stones. I thought it sounded like a 4 to me, but we'll go back up to the front here. It's all single files. They are all kind of stretched out here. RZX Ultra on the attack on his teammate Nix here for that 4th place spot. Doesn't get the best run out of 4 that time. Probably the most consistent driver we've had all season long. This guy we're watching now, Ultra, who led the points up until the end of the 5th round, who just got involved with someone else's mistake on track late, and that caused him to finish way, way deep into the field. And now Ultra gets the bumper of Nix. A little bump draft down the backstretch here. It looks like we're starting to see Vanquish put some pressure on MVP for the race lead as Ultra tries to nose his way to the inside there, but he won't get it off exit here. And we already have 3 groups of cars stretched out, 4, 5 if you count front and I already forgot his name. Oh, it was Stonks. My bad. It was Stonks. So we'll go back up to MVP here, who had a comfy lead, but now he sees a certain purple car in his rearview mirror. Of course, we talk about our Rookie of the Season candidates. We're watching one of them now, MVP. Let me see if I can pull up the statistics that he has going in tonight. So, 4 top 5s, 7 top 10s for MVP. Leads the Rookie of the Season candidates. Also leads the driver standings, which definitely helps him for the running of that. Kart Racer in 2nd for the Rookie of the Season. Standings here tonight, and it is King Cameron, who is the last candidate to try for Rookie of the Season. King Cameron has gone winless so far this season. One of our newest drivers is King Cameron. And MVP smacks the outside wall coming off the floor. This should out Vanquish. As you can see, MVP's trying to cut down that draft, but it is helping Vanquish. We will go back up to the lead, and we got a lot of action going back here as Nix still hangs on to the 4th place spot, and Ultra's under attack with the driver we were just talking about, King Cameron, 1607, and we've already had a disconnect. Not a clue who it was. It was Stonks. I'm honestly not surprised, but we'll keep it going. So, 9 laps in. It is getting separated with a bunch of groups here. We'll go further back to this 3rd group here. We see Void Moon back off, going into 1. And now RZX Cam will try to get to the inside there. Void made a mistake. He lifted way too much into turn 1. Battle for the lead starting to get smaller and smaller, as now Rewar got stuck to the outside, and Mayhem should get the spot easily. Going off a 4 here. Oh no, that was Cam. Where did Cam come from? Holy cow. Up to 7th in front of SSR Mayhem. Gained 3 spots in just 2 corners. Something happened to Reward that... Man, wow, I just can't believe that. That got me speechless there. I don't know how exactly Cam pulled that off, but now Mayhem's going to try to rebound here from the 7th place spot. So drivers who are further back in the field, it is not over yet. We know how Indianapolis is, but of course we have to keep the race flowing. just so it doesn't become a whole caution fest here. And of course, we do have 75 laps that we do have to get through. So it's not over. Not over till it's over. So Mayhem will hang on to his 7th place spot here. We'll go back up to Ultra, who is fending off King Cameron for that top 5 spot. And it looked like it was a lot closer in the gap between these two, but I guess it wasn't. Go up to the race lead. Vanquish has caught MVP. Go ahead and take a look at that fuel. So already burned off 40% of the fuel. Hopefully we don't get another damage glitch like we did last week. That was really annoying. So Vanquish gets a good run off of turn 2 with the draft assisting him. And now take a peek a little lower than MVP going into turn 3 that time. Indianapolis is all about your consistency. It is probably the most technical oval that is in this game. You got Daytona, you got Homestead, Miami. But Indianapolis takes a lot of work to get consistent at. Looks very simple because, well, if we look at the race map here, it's shaped like a rectangle, we know. But there are certain points of this racetrack you have to get right. You have to let off good in turn 1, get back on the gas. And of course you have the driver that you're battling. If he or she is behind you, they will give you an arrow push. Yes, it is possible in this game to get pushed just by air if someone is behind you. And that can really upset your car. You could have to let off more than you really want to. So Vanquish tried to break the draft there. Try to get some clean air, see if he can have some sort of runoff exit. But he's not able to do that. And it looks like we have King Cameron who has a run on RZX Ultra down the front stretch. And I think we lost someone. That was Void Moon. Okay. So it wasn't my game freezing up there. So King Cameron up to the top 5 now. That's Ultra down a place. Wasn't able to see that pass there. And ooh, Cam is back to 10. What on earth happened to Cam? Was just behind Mayhem, and now just like that, he's all the way back in 10. Very interesting turn of events. Vanquish with the fastest lap so far. Just 2 tenths behind. That separates him and MVP. And someone has wrecked down front stretch, or who is this? No, this was Cam. Is Cam pitting here? Yes, Cam is in the pits. Quite interestingly. And he's getting ready because he might start to see maybe a wreck here when the no caution system, or when the caution system reopens here, which will happen next lap actually. So we'll go back to King Cameron and RZX Ultra fighting out for 5th. A little backward shot. So Ultra got a run here with the draft helping out. Cam run isn't going to get the best run. What's Ultra going to do? Is he going to stay in line? The caution system is reopened this time by Ultra. Gets to the inside down the front straight. slightly touch doors in the turn 1. Ultra's back to 5th. Vanquish, I think, has lost a little bit of ground now. Maybe not. The gap still says 2.5 tenths. Oh, Ultra had to lift off the turn 4 here. And Cameron's not able to do anything about it. So RZ Cam is the first to go a lap down here because of his pit. And we will check back on that battle later on. Go back up to Vanquish here. See what he has to offer MVP as they both hit the outside wall. Oh, I thought Vanquish was going to touch the grass there. He would have not had a good run off corner. You can see MVP, he turned left. He's trying to break that draft that Vanquish has down the front straight here. So 2 car lengths separates 1 and 2. And once again, MVP will break off the draft. We'll go on board with Vanquish's point of view. And Vanquish gets a really good run out of turn 3. What can he do out of 4 here? I won't have the run he really wanted. That's going to allow MVP to pull away. Still hang on here. Let's see if anything else changes with the battle for the race lead. 20 laps in this race. So it sounds like we have Ultra going into the pits right now. So 2 Toyotas out front. Also in the pits as well. And MVP once again will break off the draft. So Vanquish did not get a good run. He lost a lot of time. Vanquish kind of was upset in qualifying there. Just about 30 minutes ago when qualifying ended. Thought he could have had a better lap than what he ran, but still was good enough for second, and he's still in second, but having some trouble getting around MVP here. And with this battle, as you can see in the distance, there's Kart Racer in third. I think he is gaining on these two. He was really far behind at one point. It is really tough right now for Mr. Vanquish. It's just that dirty air that's always getting in the way, and now he's going to have to build all that momentum back up again. So we're starting to get into some green flag pit cycles here. We'll have a look at MVP's fuel. So he has burned off 80% of that fuel. So we're looking about, I'd say, another 4 or 5 laps here before he pits. It looks like we are going to get green flag pit cycles, because there's really no other reason I caution should come out. As you can see, everyone is spread out on that map. So running order. So we go through the top 5 here is RZX 5A MVP. Following along is Vanquish FRC, 3rd Kart Racer, 4th RZX Nix, and 5th is King Cameron rounds out your top 5. And MVP is scooting away. So here's a bit of a better gap here. The distance between 3rd, 1st, and 2nd. 7/10 separates MVP and Vanquish. It wasn't like that a handful of laps ago. Vanquish really trying to. He's not trying to struggle here. He really wants to try to get a win here. He's had 3 wins in a row up to this point, after his win last week at Daytona, as Mayhem maneuvers around lap traffic here. Car Racer in the pits. He was 3rd. So anytime is Vanquish going to pull the undercut here and pit before MVP does. That would be a very smart decision. And MVP is going to try to prevent that, and he is in the pits. So Vanquish will have to pull the overcut here. He's going to have to pit at least 7%, at least. This time would be recommended, but he's got about another 2 laps to go here before he's going to have to dive it down to the pits. So RJX Cam front still your 2 that are a lap down here. Mayhem moves up to 2nd. RJX Nix back in 5th. Has pitted, so is Rewar. We'll watch and see what Vanquish does here. He will pit, so we're going to pull the overcut. There is MVP. Curious to see what Mayhem's going to do here. It's going to have to be this time for SSR Mayhem. And maybe not. So he wants to lead a lap. And that lap he will lead just barely, as Vanquish almost crossed the line before he did, going into the pits. But we'll watch Vanquish and see where he cycles out here. There's MVP. And he'll try. Oh no, he gives Vanquish a bump. And that almost sent him around. And MVP gets to the inside. And the 3 and 4 for the race lead. Oh, it should be the net lead. Oh, they both get into the wall, the 2 leaders. And caution is out. That was just a bound to happen. So Mayhem picks right as the caution was called here. Kart Racer is going to be the leader under caution here. But did Kart... was uncertain if Kart Racer pitted there, but... So caution will be out here. There we go, Kart Racer finally lifts. Alright, so the caution is out. Alright, so pit road will be closed this time by as we get the field all stacked up here. So the caution really helped out Mayhem because he led that lap and then went into the pits at 1% of fuel. So the field is stacked up and we will open up the pit road next time by. So first caution of the night here in Indianapolis. And we will take a short break here. And we shall return. Alright, pit road is open this time by. We are back here at Indianapolis. After that quick short break, hopefully an ad did play there. Not sure if it did there, but still I'll consider it a break. One car enters the pits. Oh no, two cars. That's Ultra and I believe that's Cam also in as well. Alright, so we will be going back to the green this time. Kart Racer selects the inside lane, so the odd position drivers to the inside and the even drivers to the outside. We'll get a little backward shot coming back to the green. Alright, so caution's back out. Kart Racer jumped the restart zone, went way early, so we will restart the field. Once again, we'll go back. Warning has been issued to Kart Racer. Not only did he did it just now, last time we raced in Indianapolis, he did the same thing, and that created a whole, I don't even know what you want to call it. It was just awful. We ran a handful of laps under caution to get it settled out. Alright, we'll try it again. That was a better restart, legal. And we're back underway. So Nix gets the inside of Vanquish here on the start. How long will that pay off as they come out of turn 2? Vanquish will stay to the outside. He will get the high side momentum as MVP pushing Mayhem down the back stretch as King Cameron tries to get to the inside of these two. He's only able to get the inside of MVP there. The Car Racer out to the early lead. Vanquish gets to the inside. Side by side as they go through 1 and 2. Vanquish up to second. Oh my lord, we have a wreck and we didn't see it. Oh, Mayhem front and Mr. Shorty all involved, and we're gonna throw the caution out at the line. I gotta start watching the back on the restarts. That's where all the wreckage happens. Alright, so we know how it works here in Indianapolis. Cautions breed cautions. Hopefully I can get a better PC one day and I can get a game capture card and hook it up to the Xbox so I can do cool overlays on stream. That'd be kind of cool. Get to play sponsorship ads while we're under caution. So we are going to go back to the green this time by after the wreck. Run forward with Vanquish here on the restart. Car Racer goes, and we're back underway. Nix gets to the inside just barely enough. Vanquish tried to close the gap, but Nix was there. So just like the last restart, Nix gets to the inside, but can Vanquish hold that outside? And Vanquish has to lift. He got too tight coming into turn number 2 there. MVP goes on long. He goes way wide. He's up a third. try it again. Nick smacks the outside wall for 4. MVP and Vanquish should have easy work of this. Fastest lap of this race still is held by the driver watching now. And Nix, oh, they hooked. Oh, Nix goes around. Vanquish hooks Nix, and he goes around. Another car went around as well, got collected. Ultra Nix, Shorty caught into a little bit of it, but we're going to come back to the caution flag here. I think Nix just got tight in turn 2, kind of like how Vanquish did on the restart. This most recent restart just got tight in the 2, and Vanquish was he had the outside, but Nix was trying to close it, but just couldn't do nothing about it. And Nix now falls back to 10th. Right in the mid-pack here on the restart. So taking 38 of 75 once we cross the straight as we're back to the green. So diving into turn 1, Rewar gets to the side of King Cameron. And I'm hearing we have another caution, and we still didn't get it captured on camera. I went to the mid-pack to get it this time, and oh, someone spins off of turn 2. We saw that. That was Ultra? No, who is that? Oh my god, is that Kart Racer? Oh, Kart Racer, our leader under the caution. Something happened. I'm confused. I don't know what just happened here. Car Racer spins off of turn 2, and we'll come back to the caution flag. So drivers are now at a threat of a cautionless run being deployed. Take a look at the race stats tonight. Best lap, Vanquish FRC with a 47.944 King Cameron. And that speed is not possible in a NASCAR. Or especially the setup they're all in. There's no way King Cameron ran that time. Alright, we'll go a little bit deeper into the field now to capture the wreck that we're probably going to see. Mayhem will make easy work. To the inside he goes. And they are 3 wide coming out of turn number 1. Kart Racer to the inside, Mayhem in the middle. And Kart Racer with a 2-for-1 deal coming out of turn number 1. And we got 2 cars spinning. That's it. Vanquish. Oh, was that? Oh no, that was only 1 car. That was Vanquish. That is a 1-car wreck, so we will stay green. Vanquish is up towards the front. I don't know what just happened there, but wow. So we'll stay on with Mr. Mayhem here. As, oh my god, they are about to go 4 wide in turn 1. Oh, they are spinning. Oh my god. That is a big one. That is the big one. Half the field was involved. So we'll go back to the caution here. So what's gonna happen here on, actually, hang on, just give me a moment. So they will go single file. The pit road will open this time by. We will engage a cautionless run here for the next 15 laps on this restart. So this will give the drivers opportunity to pit here, so they don't have to pit on the no caution run. And we'll see who goes in and we'll see who stays out. If I'm in this situation, I would personally pit. Just by years of experience. So it looks like King Cameron, RZX Cam, and not sure. Is that, who is that? Cameron Cam. We'll see on the leaderboard. Ultra and Shorty. Alright. Or the 4 to pit. We're going no cautions for 15 laps here on the restart. We will take a short break. We will be back. Alright, we're back here in Indianapolis for the penultimate round of the JRL NASCAR series. We're going 15 cautionless laps here. I think get the race back flowing again. And we'll ride on board with our pole sitter, MVP. And we are back underway. RJ's next to lead them. And they are bump drafting on the inside lane like it's no tomorrow. They go through 1 and 2. MVP gets to the inside of Rewar. Here comes Vanquish, gonna take advantage of this. Of Rewar having to select the outside lane on the restart. Vanquish gets to the inside. And he will duck back in line behind Mayhem. He actually lost a spot to Mayhem by doing that. And now Kart Racer forcefully to the inside for the 6th place spot. Oh, Nix has to lift all that momentum he had on the restart. Right on board MVP. Mayhem to the inside of Rewar. Mayhem's in the podium places. Wow, the one time I say that cautions won't be open for 15 laps, they don't wreck on the opening lap of the restart. Quite ironic. The two RZX drivers head to head off of turn 2 down the back stretch. Two championship contenders. These are your two drivers, first and second in the points as they dive into 3. MVP to the race lead. The pole sitter, oh my God, Nix to the inside. And he has smacked the outside wall, and there goes the Mayhem to the inside for second. And now he looks to challenge for the race lead for the first time tonight to the inside. He goes. These two right here have had a little history in Indianapolis. Nix bombs Mayhem straight out of the way. Here comes MVP and here comes Vanquish. 3 wide for the race lead off of turn number 2. And MVP will barely hang on to the race lead as he's got a handful behind him. Vanquish up to second. 2-for-1 deal off of turn number 3. Now they're side by side, Nix and Mayhem, after they make contact in turn 2. And here comes Rewar. He's up to 5th. Or excuse me, that's 5th. And they are still side by side. And now Nix will finally get clear. That was pretty exciting to watch. And now Vanquish peeks to the inside of MVP for that race lead. He hasn't led a singular lap tonight. MVP is the most dominant one. Vanquish is gonna do everything he can to not make that true. And who's pitting? Oh, it's Shorty. I thought someone had wrecked. Alright, so we'll go back to Mayhem here. Got Nix in front of him. So it's all kind of calmed down here as we're back to single file. So the caution system will reopen on lap 59 of the race. Front is now into the pits, and there's even more stuff happening towards the back here as Rewar's under attack by RZX Cam. And Cam's back inside the top 5. Car Racer having a peek. Going for 7th here as he gets shuffled back on the recent restart. Remember, he must, I don't know if it was on his own, but he must have had help because he spun while he was a leader. And, oh, he pit. Okay, so Car Racer went into the pits just now. That's why he's not there. And that's why he was all the way back there. So, quite possible. Not sure. Green flag, pit stops. I don't know. I can't be asked to do the math here as Vanquish will go in and Mayhem will follow. Cameron also in. So Ultra has caught Rebor for that 4th place spot. Rebor kind of struggling here on the restart. Can't really keep the pedal to the metal. Ultra's up to 4th. So we actually, yeah, we could see green flag stops here. And race leader MVP in Nix, and whoever was 3rd, oh, that's Cam. So whole top 5 now in, and the ones that have pit are on the back stretch, as you can see on the map. We'll see how these guys cycle out. Remember, Vanquish and Mayhem pit before these guys do. Normally when you pull the undercut, it works significantly at some tracks. As we saw earlier on, Vanquish tried to pull the overcut. It kind of works, but MVP had to run off of turn 2, and the very next quarter they ended up crashing each other. So there goes Mayhem off into turn 1. And along goes Vanquish. So we'll see if MVP got to the race lead here, but Vanquish. And oh, it looks like he will get to the race lead. So first time tonight, he will take that 1st place spot. So the undercut works. Look at the gap he has. No MVP strong here. So using the draft as his advantage. So another thing going about into tonight's race, Vanquish is a controller user and MVP is a wheel user here on ovals. So that's pretty significant. Normally the wheel drivers that are on the wheel can be significantly better by just a few tenths. And those few tenths are a lot in this game especially. So nothing going on much with the race map except for this battle for the lead. Right on board with MVP as he hit the wall, but still he was able to get the draft. Look at the run off of 2. So lap 54 of this race. The reason I say that is because that's my racing number. MVP getting a little closer. And we got battles behind these two. I don't know whether to skip back to them or... I don't know. I really don't want to miss anything at this point. We'll stay on battle for the lead. So these two have been back and forth all season long. Vanquish, who hasn't ran the full season, versus MVP, who has. That's why he's the points leader. Vanquish has the most wins going into tonight. Imagine what Vanquish could do here if he would have run the full schedule. He probably would have closed things up at about this point in the race if he had run the full schedule. So they're still single file, working their lines. Nick's on the charge for third. Excuse me. So these two made contact early before. That costed Mayhem the lead. Nix will get a run off of turn 4. Mayhem to block. Down the front stretch. Oh, aggressive block as Nix tried to hold the outside line there. But Mr. Mayhem wasn't having none of it. And now Nix will get to the inside. Mayhem made a mistake off of turn number 1. Nix up to third as the battle for the lead, I think, is starting to shrink up there just by looking at the gap between those two. Side by side, going through 3 and 4 is Nix and Mayhem. Cam's able to hang on to this 5th place spot right now. So he's got Kart Racer behind him, and Nix gets to the inside of Mayhem. Not all the way, but he made contact by doing it. Mayhem really doesn't want to battle right now. They just want to catch up to the top 2. Nix feels like he has a fast car, but he's trying to move him around out of the way. We know Mayhem is a very aggressive defender. And Cam and Car Racer look to try to make it too wide behind these guys. 4-way battle for third. Still your race leader with MVP in second. Watching battle for third. So at this point, everyone has went into the pits, but can they make it the whole way? So caution system has reopened. And Cam is able to get to the inside, clears Nix, and Nix is falling back to 6th here. Car Racer to the inside, he's now back in the top 5. A lot of mistakes tend to happen coming out of turn 1. We're going to watch Camps to see if he doesn't make a mistake here. Kart Racer gets close to the inside. Back into Cam, but he's not able to get to the inside. And now Kart Racer blocks that inside lane from Nix, who looks to try to make it double wide there. Nice battle for third here. Nicholas still the race leader. And Cam back to the bumper of Mayhem. Doesn't spin him out. And Nix has a good run, but I don't think he's able to do anything about that because you can see he's trying to get to the inside here. Actually, he might have a good run here. He might get him in 3. Yeah, easy pass. And is Kart Racer? Nope, Kart Racer doesn't pull the crossover, so Nix back inside the top 5. Laps to go this time by. Caution could happen within a snap of a finger. Go back to MVP to see what has he done to try to close the gap down. He hasn't made a pass yet. MVP with a win tonight is huge for next week at Homestead. Remember, first and second place points are separated by 5. It's 40 points awarded to the winner and 35 points awarded to second. And these guys are all stacked up here once again. Nix gets to the inside of RZX Cam, 2 teammates. Nix will back out of it. Oh, Kart Racer a little too high, and they both make contact. They go around. Caution is going to be out with just a handful to go. And that's really not what MVP wanted there. He was sticking with Vanquish, and I think he's in the race lead too. I don't know. Maybe I think that was just a glitch. Or is a glitch. Alright, so Caution's gonna be out here. And like I said, this is not what MVP wanted to see, as I think he passed Vanquish, but Vanquish got to the inside and passed him again. Alright, so we will take a short break. We will be right back. So pit road will be opening up for what should be the final time tonight. But we had a pretty decent run there. And we got some going to the pits. Very surprising. So RZX Cam and Ultra will go back into the pits. Not sure why they are doing that, but maybe to try to get all away from the ruckus that will probably ensue on the restart here. Alright, we will go back to the green this time by 5th caution of the night sees Cam and Nix to the wall after contact between those two and Kart Racer. So we will have 10 laps to go to decide the penultimate round. MVP looking for that first place spot that will give him all of the points he needs in the world to have a comfortable gap for Homestead next week. He will be starting on the outside. Here we go. Who's going to take it? Vanquish, MVP, Mayhem, Nix, Kart Racer. Here we go. Back to the green here in Indy. Side by side in turn one. MVP's able to stick to the outside here. He's not going to have a good run. He's going to have to lift here. Vanquish throws the block. MVP with the crossover all the way down to the inside. Kart Racer is up in this battle for the lead now in that third place spot. Kart Racer looks to the inside. MVP blocks that as he's trying to get it around. Vegas. Oh, I think MVP. Oh, he's going to make a mistake. Kart Racer to the inside for seconds. 9 to go at the stripe. These have been your fast three. And they are back in the top three. They're side by side behind the leaders. Try to look back there and see what's going on. Mayhem is 4th, 5th, I believe. Is Nix? Yes, Nix. Alright, I had to step away from the mic there, so sorry about that. So MVP is able to get to the inside for second. Going into turn 3. And he's going to back off. Did not have the run he was looking for. MVP is all over Kart Racer here on lap 69 of this race. And they are all stacked up 4th on back. Just look at that map, all of the mess back there. So Vanquish pulling a nice gap on these two. MVP did not have a restart he wanted. He just, at this point, he just wants second if a caution doesn't come out now. And Kart Racer makes a mistake going into turn 3. Went to the outside. MVP back up into seconds. So second place for MVP as we're going to take lap 70 of this race. There will be no more cautions called once leader Vanquish takes lap 72 of the race. And we are green the whole way. We'll go back to them. We'll go towards mid-pack here. We'll go back to 8th here. We got front working on King Cameron. Actually, he's in front of King Cameron. He's just trying to defend the spot right now. So lurks to the inside. And they both smack the outside wall. And front. Yep, I can see it coming. Hits the outside wall, and where's King Cameron gonna go? I think King Cameron hit the wall as well. Alright, so Car Racer still second, or excuse me, MVP still second. Car Racer third, Vanquish still your race leader. We'll go back to the battle for fourth. Last lap for a caution to be called by race control. Ultra lurks to the inside, has a good run, Alpha 4 on a fourth place spot. Remember, top 5's post-race interviews will get the top 5 drivers in, and we'll have a chat with all of them. Ultra looks to the inside, and oh, 3 wide for fourth. Nick's gonna go and make it 3 wide. Tries to go to the inside. This is what Nick needs. He needs all the points in the world as MVP gains more spots here. He's only gained 1 spot, but he's up to second. But Nick's really needs this right now. And they are still 3 wide. Cam's going to make it 3 wide. To the inside he goes for 4th place. And they both smack the outside wall. Mayhem's out of it. Out for a top 5 front. Makes heavy contact. And he's going to fall even more down the order. Mayhem on a route for a top 5. And... oh, okay. That's alright. There will be a sit down with RZX Cam perhaps after this race. But we'll watch battle for 4th here as top 3. Not much going on for them. 2 laps to go this time by. It's Ultra and Nix. Ultra will have the run out of turn 2, but Nix has the inside. And Nix up to 4th. Oh, I think they make contact here. Ultra moves Nix out of the way. Ultra all the way to the inside. Look at that line. White flag this time by for race leader Vanquish FRC to try to take his 4th and his 4th straight win of the season. We'll go up and see, does Kart Racer have anything left for the man who's dominated the majority of this race but just could not get back up to Vanquish here on the last restart? It doesn't look that way. Off of turn 4 for the final time in Indianapolis, it's Vanquish FRC for the 4th straight win of the season. MVP, your points leader, finishes a nice second. Kart Racer, championship contender, 3rd. 4th is going to be RZX Ultra at the line. Not sure if the positions were correct there. I don't know where Nick's finished. Nick's 7th? Really? Might have an issue with the results. Alright, so wild race here in Indianapolis. We'll get our top 5 drivers in with us now. and I am not sure who was our fifth place driver. There might have been an issue with the race results. I will get a confirmation on that. All right, we'll get our people in here. Okay, so confirmation. It was King Cameron finishing top 5. All right, we'll try to get them in. Okay, that's fine. If you want to write a brief description to me, that's fine, about how your race went. That's okay. Thank you. All right, so we have instead our top 5. We have the 4 that finished inside the top 5. MVP will not be joining us for the interview queue. However, he will write me a statement here, and I will read it off on stream. So we have 4 of the 5 here with us right now. So if you boys could include your audio for the stream, so I don't sound like an idiot in front of everyone. And once you guys have that, we will go ahead and kick things off with our 5th place driver, King Cameron, who already has a top 5 going in this season already. That was back at the Daytona Oval, but it's back here on a more technicality kind of oval. So we have King Cameron, and King Cameron, I mean, just a good performance for you tonight. I mean, you weren't involved in too many of the incidents there, but just going through your point of view on how the race played out for yourself and how you got this top 5 tonight, just explain from your own words what happened on those last few laps and how you were able to pull it off.
Well, on that final restart, before the end of the race, I had an issue getting the car going and fell way back, and I felt like I it was definitely difficult to get the car back going and starting to move back up, but once I was able to, it didn't feel too bad, but once people started wrecking and being slow on the track, it started getting really technical and coming right to the line there with Nick and Ultra having an issue out of the final corner. I was able to capitalize on that and grab a top 5 spot, but there are definitely some very angry people after this race, so see what happens.
And you talk about the how this place is so difficult to drive. You got to really put in the hours, the effort in order to try to master this place. And tonight you kind of learned there. Maybe it wasn't the fastest out there, but at least you learned a little bit something. And I feel like you've learned a lot in this series in general from you trying to challenge other people, not just in JRL, but in any sort of other league or event when it comes to NASCAR or it might come to Indianapolis in general. But how has this series helped you as a racing driver progress as you're racing other leagues and other drivers?
It's definitely been helpful by giving me a challenge to go against other drivers. Seeing people faster than me has helped made me progress up, and going to a lot of different tracks has really made me be able to hone my skills throughout all tracks. And I feel like this series alone has really helped me learn how to race around other people and in all different types of situations.
All right, King Cameron, thank you for your time and congrats on your second top five of the season. So we'll see you next week at Homestead. And with that, we will move further up the board to RZX Ultra, who kind of had it handed there with the battle you, King Cameron, and Nick's had there coming up to those final few laps. Just, from those last few laps, from your perspective, how are you able to avoid the chaos that you guys were fighting for that fourth place spot?
I mean, there's been battles going back and forth, and I did have the fresher tires because me and RZX Cam did pit on that final caution when pits were opened. So we kind of capitalized on the tires. So we just used the tires to their advantage and pushed the hardest and used them to our advantage.
Yep, and kind of started off rough for you in this race. You fell quite far down the order. Didn't really have the qualifying you probably wouldn't have wanted, but uh, all in all, you're able to finish fourth here tonight at Indy, and of course, Homestead next week. But MVP has pulled an even larger gap on you and the rest of the other champ drivers. Uh, how in the world are you gonna able to do everything you can to possibly win this championship tomorrow
Well, like you
or
said,
next week?
MVP has grown his gap by a ton, so hopefully I can start putting in some practice here and there. Hopefully I'm better by next weekend because I do feel a bit sick, so I couldn't perform my best here, but I tried my best. Hopefully we can come back better at Homestead.
All right, and we know you're one to watch out for at Homestead. And we'll see you next week at Homestead. So congrats on fourth place here tonight.
Yep, thanks.
And that was RJ Ultra, your fourth place finisher tonight here at Virtual Indy. And we will move up to Kart Racer, who led the standings after the first race of the season, but missed the second round. And Kart Racer, I do gotta say to you now, because MVP passed you late in the race, do you feel like you missing that third race at Sonoma really bit you in the you know what area?
Yeah, it definitely did, but I mean, there's nothing I could do about it. I was out of town, and I mean, what I was doing out of town is, I say, was a little bit more enjoyable than racing in here, but definitely was a little frustrated with a couple drivers. Not really gonna mention their names, but they definitely don't know who they are, but should tend they should try to race a little cleaner. Um, but I definitely thought I had a nice, good race. I was pretty fast in the beginning laps. I just got caught up in a lot of battling and let MVP and Vanquish run away quite a bit, and then that draft just kind of kept pushing them out. But right towards the end, I let MVP by because I thought maybe if I was behind him, we'd be able to catch Vanquish, but that was the case.
And we look to next week at Homestead, one of your better racetracks. Didn't get the win at the rain or the dry version, but we go back to the dry now. And we know MVP is pretty strong there, but with his history, he hasn't performed in his position-wise the best that he's able to do there late in the race. So just knowing that MVP can struggle there late when it comes to his own mistakes or other drivers' mistakes, how are you going to capitalize on those situations that he could potentially be involved in.
I just hope I'm not involved in it with him, because I think the last dry one I finished one spot ahead of him, and it definitely was not good. But yeah, I'm just hoping I win or get second, and he rather can't show up or finishes dead last or lags out or something, which is awful to say, but it's the only way that I'm going to be winning, it seems like.
All right, well, Kurt Racer, thank you for your time with a third place finish here tonight. Another podium for you, and we will see you next week at Homestead, hopefully, to try to chase down MVP for that championship. So thank you for your time. And I believe MVP just now sent me a message on how his race went. So I'll quickly go ahead and read that, as he's not able to join us for tonight. So MVP sent me a little short note here. He said, was a really good race, but I will say the downfall to me not winning was my mistake before the final pit stop, which let Vanquish in front of me. I had a few attempts to try to get around him, but after the final restart, when Cart got by me and took me a few laps, I just had no time to get up to Vanquish there at the end. But I know you'll definitely hear this from Vanquish and probably everyone else, with it being stock and it just being Indy. You can't pass, but I'm glad I got second anyways, as long as I keep it clean next week at Homestead, hopefully to bring it home for a championship. So that was what MVP messaged me, as he finished second tonight. And now we'll move up to the driver that has had 4 wins in a row since joining the series, Vanquish FRC. And Vanquish, going into tonight, you didn't have the lap you really would have wanted. You definitely could have went for pole there, but kind of struggled maybe from your own point of view there. But you were able to start second and finish first tonight. But this first place did not come really easy. So just you battling with Kart Racer MVP tonight, how was it from your perspective there?
It was a struggle. I don't know what was wrong, but I just wasn't on like par with the way I usually am at Indy, and it was just very inconsistent. And at the end of the race, he caught me like almost a tenth. I mean, I was just like, not a tenth, a second, a whole second. He almost caught me thin. And yeah, I just wasn't up to speed like I usually am here. I don't know what happened, but he definitely had better pace. He just had a bad restart in the last one.
And challenging MVP on those restarts, obviously you said you didn't have the pace to challenge MVP there, but he did in fact finish second. How are you able to defend off MVP on that last restart?
Well, it was kind of a wild restart. I think I don't know who was, I think he was in second, I don't know. But I just think he had a bad start, and the inside, well, I think we had a pretty even start, but he turned in late or something, I don't know, the first turn, and it kind of bumped everybody back, and then it was just kind of carnage at the beginning, and then Kart Racer got by him, and they started battling, and then I got away out of the draft, and then started catching back up to me. And he was definitely way faster than me this race. I didn't deserve to win this race for sure, but happens.
So that's another win added to the point street and another win added to Indianapolis for you. We know how good you can be here at Indianapolis, so congratulations on the 4th win of the season. And that's really going to do it here for us at Virtual Indy. There is a look at your final results. Vanquish, your race winner. RZX U5A MVP, second Kart Racer, followed by RZX Ultra King Cameron. Front, Nix, Cam, Rewar, and SSR Mayhem rounds out the top 10 tonight. We still have one final race to go. MVP stretches that points gap just by a little bit over Kart Racer and Nix. Does Kart Racer or Nix have anything left in the tank for MVP? We'll find out next week at Homestead, back in the dry. And thank you all for tuning in tonight's race here in Indianapolis for the penultimate round. And we will see you all next week at Homestead. So long, everyone.